Hello friends and welcome back. So today I told you I was going back to a location that I previously visited in a older video, almost a year old. So I'm gonna check it out today and see if anything has changed, if it's still the same. I have not been back since. It was a cool location that I enjoyed visiting. So let's see what's going on with it, and we'll also get into a few other shenanigans along the way. So, all right, let's go. So I made a little bit of a pit stop. Every time I head down to Florida or I head down south, I always like to stop off at the Pilot gas station down here and pick up a Dunkin' Donut. Well, I got myself a half dozen donuts today because there is, well, as we all know, it is fall, so they have the pumpkin donuts, which are always my favorite. So I'm gonna snack on one of those as we continue our journey down south, or further south. So let's go. Well, I'm at one location, one that I came to visit a while back, and yeah, it's kind of sad. This was where that one hotel, abandoned hotel that I came to look at, and it had that cool restaurant sign up top. This is it. Got bulldozers over there, mounds of dirt over there. It's just sad. I mean, I know it was probably unlikely that it was going to get renovated, or would have been hard to, or just the fact that it's not a desired location to stay. But it's just kind of sad to see parts of roadside America that have just been completely erased from history. That's why I do these videos, or why I did them, was to at least just document some of the stuff that will be gone. And gosh, it just makes me sad. It was a cool sign, cool little spot, but you know, this is what happens, I guess. Well, I couldn't go to the one spot that I was initially going to go to for this video. I'll just say that it looks the same. Nothing has changed since I was there, but there were people there. So I may try and come back at another time and just kind of, you know, walk the premises. Nothing, I mean, nothing crazy or anything, but just walk the premises and see what's going on with it. So that nixes that plan for the day. So we're gonna try to find something else to get into. I will say this though, it is still unbearably hot down here. It is the middle of October and I am sweating still. The one of the many reasons I do not like the area in which I live in. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some great aspects of living down here. This whole, it's gonna stay hot until January, at the earliest middle of December, if we're even lucky. It will be like November, if we're lucky. So, sweating, hot. Sorry guys. That was one perk about doing that daily vlog during the winter time though. I was able to stay cool as much as I could. I noticed a little while ago that the other bar that we checked out that one time was for sale, And if I remember correctly, they were asking an astronomical price for this spot. And I guess it was even still in use at the time. I don't know. It was funny to see, but I don't see the for sale sign anymore. So I'm guessing it's either been bought or they just gave up on it. So another spot in the same area that we came to visit one time that appeared to be abandoned is now being renovated. Or there was a lot of people around the property doing stuff. I wonder why now? Like, to me, this is not the prime time to get into that. I could be wrong, but I just feel like with the current climate right now, I feel like that is not the best thing to do. But it is nice to know that they are being renovated, though, that they're actually trying to do something with that property. Because it's a cool property. Just got ran down. I'm worried that the video is a bust today. Like, I was excited to do this, excited to see the old places and see what they've been up to. So, well, let's recap on the three that I went to go see. One is gone completely. The other, I'm not still sure about. I have no idea what the current state is of the second one. People there, it looks like the only bit of progress that was done was the last time I was there. So that one's up in the air still. The third one that we went to go see is in the process of being either gutted, remodeled, or whatnot. I didn't film anything around it because I didn't want to catch anyone's attention. But there was garbage out in the parking lot area, so I'm assuming they're renovating it. I would hope so. I did notice that they had like new panes of glass on some of the windows of the front facade, so that's a plus. So visiting the abandoned properties or potential abandoned properties was a bust. Now, I do gotta sum this all up by saying I don't go into these places trying to destroy them or take stuff away or vandalize or whatever it may be. I'm there to kind of try to preserve a little bit of what that is, because I love the roadside America in that era of the late 60s, 70s, 80s, even into the 90s. Like, that was a boom for travel, especially around the 60s and 70s. That was a boom for travel. And so you have all of these hotels and motels popping up along interstates and highways, and they all had to offer something special and unique to them to get people to want to stay there. And I just find that to be a very special time in travel history, because you're on the road for hours on end, and then you're ready to pull off for the night, have a nice place to stay. And so where do you stay? Well, you find the one that interests you the most, or the one that stands out the most, or the one that has the coolest sign, or the coolest amenities. So I just find that to be a very special time, because now it's get there as fast as you can. The hotels are all kind of look the same now, so there's nothing really special about them, at least in my opinion. They all look like giant boxes now. You walk in, all the lobbies look the same. So I'm heading north now, and I noticed that there was some construction being done on an exit up here, And as I was coming down, I noticed it too, and I noticed it a few months ago, but it just reminded myself of the changes that are happening. But whenever we would travel when I was younger, whenever we would travel south to either go to like Disney or the beach or whatever, wherever we were going south, and we would go down 75, we would, before we entered into Florida, there was an exit, and it had this really cool building, and that building always held a special place in my heart whenever we were traveling, because it was like the last wave goodbye to Georgia onto our vacation. So I always loved seeing that building. Even as an adult a few years ago, I always loved seeing that building whenever I was heading south. And they are now widening the exit ramps, and that building happened to be on that exit. It was cool. It had this really high-peaked blue roof, almost like a Polynesian-style architecture. It hit the mark on like roadside stops during the 70s. It just had that vibe to it. High-peaked roof, just had a really, really cool vibe, and I always liked that building as a kid. And they demolished it. I was glad I was able to get one photo of it before they tore it down. But yeah, stuff like that keeps me wanting to document all of these spaces. Because once they're gone, and it just seems like a lot of the stuff being built in their place is kind of boring. You look at all the old like McDonald's restaurants or Taco Bell restaurants or Burger King restaurants or any of those Pizza Huts. They're not even hut. Okay, one little rant here. Pizza Huts, in my area at least, are no longer huts. They are in strip malls. Why are you calling it a Pizza Hut if you're not an actual hut? You are now a hole in the wall. A pizza hole in the wall. A pizza in the wall. Anyway, I digress. But all those places are being torn down, renovated into something, and they all look the same. All those weird, boring boxes. So, yeah, I do these videos to document and kind of keep a little visual history of these places, so that I guess the people that enjoy it can always come back and look at them. So, yep. Now that kind of the initial video has been thrown off the rails, I guess, because I can't go to where I wanted to go, we're gonna go and stop off at one of my favorite little stops here in Lake Park. I urge y'all to come and check this place out if ever you're in the area, if ever you're heading north or south. It's a fun little store. I always come in here just to kind of, get away for a little bit, kind of take a break, see if they have anything interesting. It's a bookstore, and I'm sure that you've seen the billboards on 75 about this place. But I always like to just come in here, look around, see if anything catches my eye. But yeah, there's like a discount bookstore. So they have books from, if a library closes down or they get rid of some old books that they don't need anymore, they bring them here and they offer them for sale. And they also just have an influx of other books from bookstores that maybe had too many books, or the books didn't sell well at that location, so they bring it here. Great selection of Bibles and other spiritual literature, if that's something that you're into. But yeah, let's go inside and see what they have. Hi. That looks like a cool book. That's always been my favorite version of the classic Corvettes. I always liked those cool fender flares they had. Whatever happened to the chopper craze? You never really see them like you used to back in like the early 2000s. I just remember everywhere wanted a chopper of some kind. Here's like the music section for music artists and that kind of media. So as you can see, there just has a wide variety of different kinds of books. And something that I forgot to mention before I came in is that they have a ton of cookbooks. So I'm sure you've been to your grandma's house, and she used to have these cookbooks that she would get from local churches or other organizations. And so a lot of these are those cookbooks. So you can come up here and get yourself a cookbook that reminds you of the good old days. All different kinds. All different kinds. I enjoyed seeing some of these covers. It just reminds me of my grandma's house going to visit. I was told this bookstore is struggling a little bit, but that's not uncommon for most small businesses right now. But I was told they were struggling, and so figured I'd come by and support. And if you're ever in the area, stop off in Lake Park and pick up a book, a cookbook. We got Bible covers, kinds of neat stuff. I don't know if, not sure the eyes are supposed to do that. That's funny. And what Christian literature store wouldn't be complete without VeggieTales? I never watched that growing up, but I think that was a little bit beyond my time. I never knew I needed to make it to Cleveland. There is a lot of fiction and nonfiction in this store as well. I noticed these history books right here. Pretty neat. I'm a big U.S. history / war buff. Find those topics to be very interesting. That is one that I find interesting as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's another interesting topic I like. World War I, World War II. Love learning about that. And I'm thankful that my grandfather is very big into that subject as well, so he gives me a bunch of tidbits of knowledge. So these appear to be a mixture of both old library books, parts of this section anyway, appear to be old library books or new books. So they're not like, it's not a used bookstore per se, it's new books and books that have been in the library. So they're all in pretty good condition. So it's not like you're going to get a poor condition book, or a book that you wouldn't be proud to put up on your shelf or anything. Even still though, some old books kind of look good on your bookshelf, if you happen to, you know, collect those kinds of things and just have them up there for looks. I know sometimes people use books as decorations. Nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. It's a pretty cool cover. Oh, I like that one too. It's a cool cover. Pretty neat. Just giving you a little bit of a tour to kind of see the layout. And I'll kind of, there's the whole kind of section, all the aisles. So yeah, come down to the Lake Park, Georgia bookstore and see if you find something that catches your eye. Here's the kids section. There's a bunch to choose from. They're all priced really well. Like $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. So if there's something you're looking for, plenty to choose from. Couple of ones that stood out to me. Star Wars. It's a funny cover. That one's funny too. There you go. All different types of books. So I got a couple of books while I was in there. I got that video, that YouTube video book. I thought that would be fitting to pick up while I was there. It was an old library book. I picked that up. And I got a couple of other books. They had these on special. The Little Book of Christmas Joys. I don't know if you ever remember these as a kid, or if it was just me, but I remember seeing these kind of books that my grandmother would have or my mom would have, and she'd put them out on the coffee table during Christmas time. And I always loved those. It just kind of put me in the Christmas spirit. It just kind of set the mood or the vibe for the house. And so I picked up a couple of those. They had those on special, so I grabbed those. And I'm going to give those as little gifts this Christmas. Oh, let me show you guys real quick. That is the front of the store. So it's just Book Warehouse, straight and to the point. There used to be a bookstore kind of connected to it on the very end of this little strip mall, but that's no longer there either, unfortunately. So yeah, if you're ever in the area, go and check it out, see if you find anything interesting. And also, while I'm stopped, they gave me these cool little note card things as a little gift. How about that? Cool. All right. So that was my little bit on the Lake Park Bookstore. Go and check it out. They're a great family-owned business, local, and all the books are moderately priced. I mean, you're not going to find anything crazy or even full retail. You're always going to find things at a very low price. Gosh, the YouTube book was only $2, and they had the special 4 of those for $1. And so yeah, you can see that you can get quality items at a very low price. So like I said, if you're in the area, go check them out. Not gonna lie, the first bit of the video kind of put me in a bit of a funk. I wish I could have gotten more of the video footage of that spot. I'm hoping that maybe I can revisit it, because I don't know, it's my foray, or not my foray, I'm trying to get back into being more diligent on the videos that I'm putting out. I'm trying to put out good videos, my videos, like me, what I want to show. I'm not focused on trying to be anybody else or replicate any other videos that I've seen. I'm inspired by some stuff, but I don't want to be a replica of something else. And so when a video doesn't go as planned, and this was off the cuff, it was supposed to be that way, so I guess the video kind of turned out to be what it should have been. Going down, seeing a location, seeing what it possibly could be, and in my case, no stuff going on. So I guess the video was a success. Well, that does it for today's video, guys. I hope that it didn't completely disappoint y'all watching this, but I hope you did find a little bit of enjoyment out of it. I hope you got a little bit of info about the bookstore. It's a little special place, always been a very special place for me to go and hang out and walk around and just kind of get away from the world for a little while. That was even back in my days of insurance work. Whenever I'd finish up insurance or I'd want a little break, boop, I'd pop in there, look around, find something, and so yeah, maybe you will find something in the bookstore that piques your interest, or you just want to go down there and just be immersed in books and be immersed in a fun little environment. So with all that being said, guys, tomorrow I'm definitely heading out. I'm definitely going to not an abandoned spot, but a spot that is, I mean, it is abandoned, but it's not like a home or a motel or anything. It's just a piece of area that's no longer being used, and I just kind of want to check it out and see what it looks like. So with all that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow.